Hello and welcome to Homer for February 16th, 2025. Ton dopamin bomenos prosepe poroso kusikeuleus. Diogenes leia tiade polume canudusau. Cremen de ton muthon pelegeios poe pain. Hei perde proneo tegeos teteles menonestai. Hos me moentrus de pare mone alothan alos. Echros gar moi keinosamos aidavu pulesin. Hos keteron men kauteani presinalo de weipe. Autaragon reo hos moin oke einai arista. O temekatre iden agamemnon peisemen oio. Og alus danaus peu garatis cariseien marnas dai deioisina pandras in nole messiae. Isei moira menonti cae malatis polemistoi. Endeieti meiei men cacosede caeslos. Catanamos daro ergos aneo hote polero orgos. Great. All right. So then, speaking in response, Achilles, swift-footed Achilles, said, "Oh, Diogenes, godlike, son of, godlike, Laertes, many faceted Odysseus, Poleme, Condoduseo. It is necessary for me to speak back against this silly way of speaking, this waste of time that you're doing. This is not caring about anything, apelegeos. And I will do this in any way, indeed, in which right now, I will have to think, and both, I will also do it as it must be. So I'm going to say this very clearly. Hos me moi trusdete, that all this stuff that's going on around here, right? All this speaking that you're doing. I guess here we have, the sort of the current at hand trusdete, the murmuring, rumbling, nonsense. There's nonsense among you guys to me. And it shouldn't be. Hos me moi, how you guys should not be doing this to me. For this guy is hated. Ethkroskar. He is, to me, hated that man as much as the gates of Hades. And that he is one of those who, keeps that thing in his chest and then another thing in his words. And he, that man, I hate him. And so, therefore, I will say, as it appears to me best, Arista, to speak, I will not be persuaded alone by, the son of Atreus, Agamemnon, nor all of the Achaeans. Both of you guys, it's not going to happen. I do not think this is going to happen. Since, there is no charis, there is no grace in, battle for those who are, always fighting, always the men who are being slain, no lomes, as a general rule, being struck down in battle, or taking battle, but rather they have a fate that remains similar to those who both of those who remain and don't fight, they have a similar fate to those who fight, muchly so. And they are put into the same honor. They are judged in the same honor. I think this is Yahoo. I want to say it's I think it's Yaomai. Maybe it's just I don't know, whatever it is. Anyway, they're in the same honor as a bad man and a good man, or to be more specific, an evil man and a prize-winning man, right? A good man, eslos. Good. And death is similarly affected to those who are aergos, people who do not do anything, and to the man who does much, who is constantly pola eorgos, doing many things. Anyway, so once again, there's so much depth to this that it's difficult to get in and describe. So I'll just pick up some things that might invite you to examine this passage closely. First of all, this is a great repudiation of the Odyssey as a whole. The Odyssey is all about concealment. It's about concealment and then revelation. This is something that Achilles thinks is a horrible thing. He hates the man who holds one thing in his chest and he speaks another. This is the definition of Odysseus' wiliness, and he is not convinced by it, right? Rather, it seems to him that he should say something that seems to him most arista, this idea, most best, right? Implying that if you're doing anything but that, if you're not standing up for what you think is the best, then why even bother to speak, right? That's what he thinks, because this is just rumorless, or, murmuring, you know what I mean? Like, sort of, it's just a waste of time. That's what he's saying. You're just, murmuring alos and alos, right? As you're trying to convince me of this stuff. That's what this list of things is. And he very handily rebukes also the idea that, that all the Achaeans can save him too, right? Or can convince him to fight, which, as we noted yesterday, is the only thing that Odysseus really tacks on to, Agamemnon's proffered things. And he goes into this great philosophical problem here, which is that as the system currently stands, there's no point in fighting at all, right? Let's not even talk about me, but in general, there's no point in fighting at all because the cosmology of battle doesn't make sense in a world in which Agamemnon is trying to convince me, right? Because of the fact that the man who's always fighting gets nothing, right? There's no Cadiz for him, right? And there's also, the one who stays and the one who fights much, they are treated the same, right? And so too, right, he's gotten to the point, and he says this is a very interesting, this is a very interesting way of expressing it. They die the same, whether they are, both the Awaergo, the Awaergo, the man who doesn't fight, man who doesn't do anything rather, and the man who does much, right? This is implying that whatever there was as a calling virtue for life itself is now gone because his honor is gone. And I think that's the central tenet of the whole poem itself. And once again, hos teteles men honestai, right? This is often something that Zeus says, right? Great phrase here. We have noted it before in this channel. There's so much, there's so much about this that seems very, it is very philosophical, right? We have these, echoes of kakos and eslos. Plato will puzzle over that for quite some time, right? And we have what is nomalus, right? What is no lemes, right? I don't know, where this, comes from, but, where does no meles come from? I guess it comes from, I want to see what the sort of, anyway, it's just like, it's like the consistency, right? You can spend all your life doing something, but if there's not a value system that underlies your labor, what's even the point? Anyway, we will continue to listen to Achilles make this wonderful observation about the universe tomorrow. Thank you so much for listening, and have a wonderful rest of your day.